Joining me now for a reaction is Sean Duffy, a Republican congressman from Wisconsin. And with me here in the studio is Philippe Reines, an advisor to Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign. Gentlemen, great to see both of you this Friday night.
Hey, Laura.
Let's start with you, Philippe. Look, this lawsuit, I read it. I read all 64 pages. I believe it's 64 pages. And it is goofy. I'm sorry. It's just a goofy law. I mean, are they going to serve like Vladimir Putin with papers? This, to me, looks like they're not getting what they want from the special counsel. The Russia collusion thing's going nowhere. So maybe something will happen with Cohen, but they have to desperately keep this thing going. They have to keep it, breathing more air on the fire until the midterms. Is this the real deal or what?
Well, I'm not a lawyer, but I understand your point. And, I don't know Congressman Duffy. Bear with me while I make a point. He was elected in 2010.
You always do a little research on the guests you're on.
I was hoping he'd be here. I was fascinated.
You pull this every time. You come out with a little tidbit on Wikipedia.
I work for someone who liked to be prepared. I have the same.
Okay, fine.
He won decently his first, and you've won handily your last two. And with all due respect, I hope you lose in November because I'm a Democrat and I'd like to flip the House. But I want you to lose fair and square or win fair and square. I don't want anyone meddling, and I know no one likes to admit that, but the problem I think we're in now is that it is such a Hillary Clinton blames Russia thing that no one is talking about Russians or Chinese or North Koreans or whoever it may be screwing around with our election. And the point
Sean,
I'm trying to make about the court is that because it's a Republican Congress, there are no bills to protect the election. This is something the lawsuit can't be fired.
Go ahead, Sean.
Laura, this is outrageous. First of all, I mean, it's rich that the DNC is trying to file a lawsuit about Russia collusion. The very DNC that hired and funded a dossier with information that came from Russian informants. They're the ones that colluded with the Russians. Beyond that, I don't know why they didn't name Barack Obama, who didn't do anything in the election of 16 to stop the Russian involvement in the election, or James Comey, who came out and did press releases on his investigation. But frankly, I think the DNC should have included Garmin and Google Maps because Hillary Clinton couldn't seem to find Wisconsin on the map and come and campaign. I mean, to come and make up these excuses about why Democrats lost, I think, is pathetic. They had a bad message. They had a bad candidate. Donald Trump understood that he had to go out and win the electorate with a set of ideas that they bought into. That's why we won. And I agree with your point. I hope that Democrats keep talking about Russia. I hope they keep Nancy Pelosi in the leadership position because we're focusing on ideas that grow the economy, that make people's lives better and their families. And Democrats can't get beyond why they lost the last election and Russia.
Gloria Borger was on CNN today. She's no great fan of the president's. And Philippe, maybe you'll respond to this. This is what she said about the lawsuit.
Honestly, it's just a way to raise money. And
that's what it is.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to raise money off of it. But I think this is just one more way to get into the act here and continue what they've been doing all along.
Okay.
Well, look, I'd make 2 points. One is President Trump's own intelligence community says the Russians are going to meddle in 2018. So unless the congressman doesn't agree with that, I do think there has to be steps to protect. On the lawsuit thing, I'll be honest with you, without being a lawyer, I'm glad the Democrats are doing this because the Republican Party has very effectively used outlets like Judicial Watch and others that
Media
have used
Matters,
the courts.
MoveOn.org, Think Progress.
I wish they sued,
let me count the ways.
But they don't sue. Judicial Watch is very effective.
Well, it's FOIA requests.
Yeah.
Oh, FOIA. It's
we don't do that, and I'm not.
Then file a FOIA
it.
request. Okay, I want to talk about something that's kind of fun. This is fun. This is
for you.
No, it's fine. This is the new book out by Amy Chozick of the New York Times, and we have a couple of fun little excerpts.
I bet.
So she covered Hillary Clinton for 10 years. Okay, and the book is called Chasing Hillary. 10 years, 2 presidential campaigns, and 1 intact glass ceiling, because she lost because she's a woman, don't you know? This is one quote. This is what Hillary says on election night. I knew it. I knew this would happen to me. Should I do it in her voice? I knew this would happen to me. They were never going to let me be president. Really?
By the way, this was not fun. I hope the next part's fun. I think she was disappointed. I was in the room with her when things were going badly.
It's sad.
And
for like 5 seconds.
I think that it was hard to take. And she knew immediately that a series of things.
Why didn't she come out and do a
her.
concession speech? That was lame.
Because both campaigns had agreed to wait until AP called it. Honestly.
Okay.
Hey, Laura.
She called. I was in the room when she called Donald Trump. She did it very quickly.
Sean, real quick.
This is a great quote. They, what, the deplorables, wouldn't let me win? And what, is she entitled to be the president of the United States of America? You earn the presidency. You go out and earn the vote, and she thinks she's entitled that they won't let me be the president? This quote encompasses everything that's wrong with Hillary Clinton. She felt like she could just say, I'm a Clinton, Bill was my husband, and I'm entitled to win this election without working, without giving a vision and a direction for the country. It's frankly shameful, but you know what? She'll never go away. She's used to being in the press.
Well,
she wants to stay in the press. She wants her names on the... what's that?
No, this is Amy's, but we're out of heartbreak,
The party and Fox won't let her go away. You'd think she was president.
We didn't even get into the mention of you.